Yes, yes, Chatterbox is back. Another week, another movie. You're not serious, bruv. Like, I don't know. Was this film serious? Seriously, Single is the movie. It's been a hit on Netflix in South Africa. International vibes. It's not just about Hollywood. We're checking out all of the films that are available. And this week, we thought we'd check out the flavors, what's going on down in South Africa. Now, there's a mix of characters in this one. Your main one, you got Dineo, who's played by Fulu Magavani, and she's hopelessly in love with being in love. She just wants to find her true love. She wants to find that special someone that she can come home to. Now, her best mate, Noni, real name Tumi Morale, is crazy. She ain't looking for that one. She's looking for that one night stand. And they're a mix of friends who go out, have a good time, and maybe Daneo learns a little bit of a nonny. While that's all going on, Daneo's got her own problems in work and in her love life. And they try and work through that and find a solution to her love problems. But I don't think it quite ends how people expect it to. Now, when I was watching this film, I gave it some serious viewing time, but I want to know what you guys have to say. On the show, as per usual, we've got the boys with me. It's your boy P. And we got the ladies love.
Hey.
Andre, and your boy Sean.
What's up, people?
Now, I've got to give a shout out. This film is directed by Katsleo and Refabil Ramafakela, who is a brother and sister that run Burnt Onion Productions down in South Africa. They've not made many films, but this is probably their biggest. And when I was looking them up before I watched the film, I thought to myself, this is quite exciting. Like, this is, new production companies coming out and making films of this quality. So it got me a little bit excited before I went to watch the film. So how was you feeling, ladies love?
You know what? Yeah, I watched this with my mum, and she enjoyed it. It passed the time. I think it was a good movie for her to watch. I thought it was an okay movie. It was a typical rom-com, like in terms of what America, they used to produce and used to churn out a lot in the, I'll say 90s and 2000s and all that. It was very formulaic, I think, but it did have a little African spice in it. I would say that. I'll say the music was great. I'll say the soundtrack, I really enjoyed. And there was little moments of Africanness that was really good. But for the most part, it was basically like an American rom-com, which is good. I like rom-coms, to be honest. I like them, but they have the same tropes that people have to get over, and I'm like, that happens again. And the over the top comedy, which can be a bit jarring at times, but they did have a few genuinely laugh out loud moments that I did enjoy. But for the most part, it was just an okay movie for me.
It was okay, and I struggled to get through it a little bit. I mean, there was times where sort of like the jokes kind of dried up a little bit. And as I said to you lot several times, or you lot know by now, that I'm not a massive fan of rom-coms. So for me, it was quite tough getting through it in the end. I would say that it was nice having a rom-com that wasn't based in America or England or, one of the usual spots that you have in films. It was nice for me seeing something based in South Africa, which I don't think I've ever seen before, to be honest. So that was pretty cool. I wish it would have had a little bit more, because I just felt like with that film, for me personally, it went from from their apartment to the club to a bar to a hotel. I thought the story was, I thought it was just okay. I didn't think it was anything special. For me, a lot of it was a bit unrealistic, but I suppose that happens a lot with rom-coms, things that would never happen in real life.
You know what? I was kind of disappointed because I expected more from this film. When I listened to a lot of the comedy or listened to a lot of the jokes that they had in the film, I thought, what target audience are they aiming this at? Because a lot of the comedy was very childish, and it just felt like they put gags in scenes to allow you to laugh, to create some comedy, and sometimes it didn't even fit the scene when I was watching it.
Ooh. So mixed reviews. Like I'm gonna tell you guys, and I think I'm gonna surprise you with this one. I kind of enjoyed it. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe I'm showing my age here, and I was vibes in a little more than you, man. I know you guys are very young still. It's cool. I'm not saying nothing about your age, but for real, like I like their use of social media. I thought it was a lot better than I've seen in other like Hollywood films where I don't know. I feel like Hollywood films they beg it too hard, and I felt like they did a good job in making it kind of relatable, really. Also, I was in love with the relationship between the best friend Noni and the bar guy Max. Like I love that relationship. I rated him. I still rate him, and I thought that was lovely. I thought that was the best part of the story for me. Probably I don't want to spoil it for anyone who ain't seen it, but like overall, you know, I thought the film it was a good package. I'm quite surprised though, like the relationship between Noni and Daneo, there was a lot of sex and there was some fun situations there. Andre, how did your mum enjoy this film? Like, was that a vibes?
Yeah, no, she wasn't bothered by that. We weren't bothered. We both watched it together. Like that was nothing, to be honest. Like it was just a good movie, and it was well, okay for me, but good for her.
So one of the characters that stood out for me was Max, and I think like I really like the acting. Max is played by Yonda Thomas, and Max was the bar guy, and I really enjoyed the relationship that he had with Noni. But another character that stood out for me, and I felt like at the beginning they were trying too hard to have these kind of like, I suppose what I would call Americanizations when they were in the office, and Daneo's sitting there, and there's Pam, and there's the boss. And at the beginning, I thought, oh, please don't let this beat turn into a cringy thing. But as the movie went on, I started to like Pam. Pam's like your Karen of the office, you know what I mean? And they got the perfect name, Pam. Like, and that stood out for me. I was like, do you know what? I like when I go in the office, I'm gonna see Pam doing something stupid, and I quite enjoyed that. And I know a few people online have said that they were trying to put a joke in every scene to make it funny, but again, I enjoyed that. I don't know, like, did any characters stand out for you guys like that?
I think Noni was great, and yeah, I think without her, it would have been a really bad movie. But I do think in terms of the movie, her Noni and Max's relationship, and Noni and Daneo's relationship, they were really really good in the movie. They really kept the movie together, because I think there were some moments where they had some arguments, and me and my mum had some good discussions about the arguments and who's in the right and who's in the wrong. Because I was saying like what's it? Sorry, name Noni. Like I was saying, she can you know, she can act the way she's acting. She can say the things. I won't spoil it. She can say the things that she wants to say to her friend and get out of that situation. And my mum was saying, no, but you know, she should understand this and that. So really, there's a discussion about this movie that I think is okay. But I'm having a good discussion about it with my mum. So I think those things were good. And yeah, the relationship with Max, I was invested in that. Like I think it was a great relationship. And like that bar was a nice spot for them, because it had some funny moments for me. Like with there's a particular character that's there singing, and like that just made me laugh. That moment just really made me laugh. It made me laugh. And there was one moment, because there was two moments that really made me laugh out loud. And the other one was the delivery guy. Him like just coming back to her, that for some reason that made me laugh, and the guy in the karaoke bar was just funny.
You make films, it's your job. You teach people how to make films, that's also something you do. If one of your students come to you with this film, what would you be saying? Like you see this as a finished package, would you say go sell that to Netflix?
Nowadays, Netflix has created a platform that is allowed a lot of films that we would never have seen in a million years have a chance to see and explore these films and immerse themselves into these cultures through their films. Yeah, so it's the way forward. Yeah.
Cool, man. So overall, like the whole film, I thought was a good film. What did you guys think of the acting? Did you think the actors really brought out the characters? Did you get the chemistry between them?
I felt like purely from an acting point of view, I felt like Lunga was the best actor, the guy who played Lunga. Second to that, I thought it was Nani. I just felt like they were just decent performances in general. Nothing amazing or special. Yeah, again, it's just an okay film. I just don't think it was 100% for me. Had some nice, funny moments and whatnot. But from a performance point of view, I just felt like they did okay. They were decent.
None of them will get an Oscar or a BAFTA or any awards in relation to their acting. Their acting was okay. I've seen better in commercials. Some of the supporting cast were quite good as well, and they made me laugh just as much as some of the main cast. But you know what? The acting was okay. It was,
I will just say, like, in terms of acting, like, and when you're in, you know, I'm an actor, by the way. So when you're in a romantic comedy, it's hard for you to be getting an Oscar or BAFTA for anything like that. You've got a script, you got to do the script, and you do your best you can. Now, some people may have a better role, so they're more, you know, you like them better than the other person. But it doesn't mean the other person can't act. They got a script to do, they did it the best of their ability. This is me just defending actors, by the way. But yeah, so, you know, these things happen. So it doesn't mean someone's a bad actor, even though you can really see when someone's a bad actor. But in terms of, I'm not going to look down on them because they're a romantic comedy, because, you know, they're limited in what they're going to be doing.
So we've watched the film, we've give our review. How many stars does it get, boys? That's the most important thing. You put the stars on the review, people are looking at the stars. They want to know how many stars it's getting. Is it worth watching? Is it worth tuning into Netflix? Is the international vibe coming out of South Africa? Are you going to be recommending this to your mum? Well, Ladies Love already watched it with his mum. I want to know how many stars your mum gave it to. Ladies Love, take it away. How many stars?
2 stars I'm going to give it. And I'll say my mum would give it 3 stars probably.
My gut says that this film is 1.5 stars, but just purely based on the fact that this is the first South African film that I've ever seen, and it was played by a South African cast, which I think was really good to see. That, you know, a lot of other countries are stepping up and making their own films, and we don't have to be fed all the Hollywood films that come from America. I think that's a really good thing. So for that reason, I want to give this film 2 stars.
2 stars.
It was a banging film coming out of South Africa. There was a really good reflection, in my opinion, from what I know of the people of South Africa. And I really enjoyed the characters. I enjoyed the story. Wasn't terrible. I enjoyed watching it as a film. And I like the little bits of comedy that they added in as well. Well, quite a lot of comedy. And you know that's what keeps me going. So this film gets 2 stars from me. So there you have it. This film, seriously single, seriously 2 stars from the boys. Big up you guys. We got P, Ladies Love, and your boy Sean, all in the show. We're going to be back next week. But while you're waiting for us to review that next film, I want you to be making sure you're hitting up that subscribe button, letting us know what you thought in the comments, and hitting us up on the socials. Let us know what you're thinking, man. And what films do you want us to be watching? Is there anything big that's coming up right now that you want us to give a review on? Let me know. Anyway, we're out of here. Thanks very much for watching, and peace.